There we go. Pork next. Now a lovely new pan.
Sadly, it's been, sorry Mr. H, we're eating pork that's been seeped in monosodium glutamate, so
we go a bit batty after this, so
yes.
Can understand. Mr. O cleaning his hands there. Cleanliness is next to godliness when you're cooking, isn't that right,
yes,
sir?
Yes, we do. Even in the fireside, we adopt a good hygiene policy.
Anyway, sir, on to this particular subject. Can you remember the time of your awakening, sir, when you started realising that media, etc., was pumping out lies?
I've always had inklings and ideas since being young, but I suppose it was meeting Paul Maiden, Mad Dog Maiden, and he put this picture on his Facebook of a thing called chemtrails. He said, "Look at," he said, "these are really bad today," and I just saw these white planes.
Them look nice, one of them.
I thought, well, forget about these people. Then I found out about these chemtrails. It's just then you get deeper into it, you know, you get deeper into it, and then you find out about the old financial system, you know, your fractional reserve lending, every pound you deposit that gives them, creates 9 imaginary pounds, what they can basically lend 9 times that amount that doesn't exist. The fact that our monetary system is a fiat currency, you know, there is no gold anymore, money is effectively paper. When you see a £10 note, I mean water.
Runaway bottle.
It's not white lightning, by the way. It's actually mineral water. But yes, where was that? Yeah. If you look at a note, fucking scrubbers. If you look on a note, it says, "I promise to pay the bearer."
On demand.
Your money is effectively a receipt for gold. But we've sold all the gold, so the money is a worthless receipt. Little things like that, you find out more and more about how corrupt the system is. You know, the BBC, one of Mr. H's favourite institutions, and the media are just propaganda houses for, you know, the party line, the worldwide party line, and you'll get deeper and deeper into your conspiracies, and it makes you. It can make you quite. I remember at one point in 2013, I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown when you're watching one after another, and oh, this is what happened, and that's what happened, and oh, they're planning this, and then you know what I mean.
Scared,
they can send you fucking daft, which is where my head's at with conspiracy. I've said it before. Where my head at is. Free your mind. But where was your initial point?
Mine, sir, my awakening came, really. I watched a video online called "The Truth Behind the Gates of Auschwitz."
Yeah.
And it was by a man called David Cole.
Yeah.
He went to Auschwitz in 1992 as a young man, and he started questioning the truth, you know, the version that we all know of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And he was a Jew. He is Jewish, although he claims to be an atheist. He says his parents are Jewish, therefore he was born a Jew. And he started asking questions, Jimmy, of the officials. And he wasn't just some normal knobhead that was saying, yeah, you know, it's all bullshit, this and all this. He was asking really good questions. And basically the story that we all believe in, it defies the laws of physics. Yet we just accept it, probably because of the nature of the story. And that was the beginning. I won't give too much away about that. It's up to people to go and research it, because that's not what this video is about. But that was mine. And I also, at that time, I got rid of the TV license, so I was looking more online for entertainment and independent films, and that's what did it with me.
Yeah. Like I said, that was probably my starting point, getting deeply into things. Once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. That's the thing, you see, because you know.
Can I ask you a question, sir, that you would answer honestly? Do you think sometimes that by being awakened and suddenly realising that shit, yeah, they did lie about that, that you lose something, you lose a little bit of innocence, and like you say, you can't go back to sleep?
Well, you wake up and you see that everything is bullshit. You know what I mean? And I can't read a newspaper now. I can't watch television.
No, I very rarely watch
read
newspapers.
Television fucking insulting. This shit, the tipping point and the chase, and they're all discussing these ghouls pumped with Botox.
Yeah.
It's a carnival of banality, and I just can't fucking watch it. I'll watch internet videos, but I read.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do in your life is pick up a book, not a Kindle. Fucking sit there with a tree in your hands and just fucking read. You know what I mean? Read books.
But you do find you lose something in a roundabout way, because afterwards you go talking to people who haven't walked up.
They think you're fucking nuts.
And they think you're a nutter.
And you could never go to your hairdressers. I'm going away this year, sir. No, I'm not. But what do you think of chemtrails? Do you realise it's fully around in the water? You know what I mean? What do you think about fractional reserve lending? What's your stance on Israel? And it's like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
So it does make you quite lonely, really. When you wake up, kind of thing, you know. And there are some people who are genuinely, but within the truth movement, there is people who are genuinely fucking nuts. There is them nuts in it that give everybody the fucking name of being fucking twisted. You know what I mean? There's one particular, I won't mention any names, on my Facebook, and he's just and he's always banging on. He's seen a lizard in woods, and he's just been attacked by. He'll run through woods with like ketchup all over his face, saying, "I've just been attacked off a lizard." And there ain't fucking twist, but people like that
give everybody a bad name.
They discredit everybody else, kind of thing, you know. But all is not what it seems. Like I said, going back to your videos about the Holocaust, was it history is the one? Is it
Victors.
written by the victors?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, as I say, he just questions some of the things. How do you get 2,000 people for stand in a room with military precision when they know they're going to be killed?
Yeah.
Why have gas chamber doors opening outwards with lock on inside?
Yeah.
And I've actually been to Dachau, and he's quite correct. It is, and you look at it and you can tell it's a false ceiling.
Would you say there was an Holocaust, but it wasn't the numbers weren't as big?
Well, you see,
or is
history has already redefined the numbers. In the beginning, there was supposedly 4 million Jewish people perished at Auschwitz.
Yeah.
That was the Soviet official figure that they gave at Nuremberg and was accepted. It's since been revised even to 1.1 million, which is no small number, but it's not 4 million.
Yeah.
What's happened to them other 3 million? Obviously, there was lying.
How do you account for these pictures of inmates, like skin and bone, and what is the story with that? You know, like you see.
Well, he comes up with a good point with that. I mean, we have gone a bit into this. Simply, as the war was drawing to a close,
somebody's mentioned this. I think I know you said there was no food about.
There was no food about. The piles of corpses did die from typhus. It's typhoid. It's already been proven that. So I'm not saying that it was a good system. It wasn't.
No.
But is it wartime propaganda?
Yeah.
I once remember as this sort of propaganda even come up in the 1991 war with Iraq over Kuwait, and the story came out. You can look it up. And they said that these Iraqi troops had come into this maternity ward, ditched babies out of incubators and sent them back to Iraq. It was a piece of shit. Somebody went actually on stand and said they'd seen it happen, and they hadn't. It was a published story just to make them look bad.
Yeah.
But I won't go into that because it's obviously Holocaust, etc. Go and look it up for yourself. But that was my minute.
You need anybody who's not woken up. Sometimes it's hard to wake them up till they're not ready. Because it's quite an eye opener, and it's very sobering.
Yeah.
To basically know what's happening.
Have you ever had these sort of conversations with your father about?
No.
You've never tried, have you? Not.
My father is of that generation where
what you was told you accepted.
Authority is right, and he thinks that authority. The man has your best interests at heart, and it's sad, really.
Yeah, my father thinks same way.
You don't realise that all you are is a mule to earn tax. All you're basically looked after for is because you earn revenue. You're taxable.
Yeah.
Once you reach an age when what becomes known as a useless feeder,
don't want no, do they?
You're fucking gone, really. The world doesn't care about you.
I know.
Society doesn't. Can I just say
yes,
this?
sir.
just look after yourself and those around you. And as you go through life, try not to be a cunt with people. I know it's hard for me saying that, but some people deserve it. You know, most people don't. You know, and something I've been doing recently. If you see somebody down on the fucking floor, hold your hand out to them. You know, try and look after people somewhere.
That's not a bad sentiment, that, sir. I think we'll leave it on that as we're coming up to 10.5 minutes, though.
But as you pick them up off the floor, make them subscribe to these videos, because just subscribe to us. We're very needy. Couldn't give a fuck. Subscribe. Thank you.